Yeah, I just want to say that we have everything in Manchester United, but we don't have striker.
We don't have striker.
We don't have striker. We need sharp striker, not upcoming striker. Let me say a youngster striker. We don't need those kind of. We need experienced striker. The likes of Harry Kane and others, bro. Because see, man, look.
Alright, so United face Lyon in the UEFA Europa League Quarter-Final second leg on 17th of April 2025.
Thursday.
Of course, very close by. So at Old Trafford this time around, following a 2-2 draw in the first leg. So here's the topic: Man United versus Lyon, the match preview. We're also going to be giving possible lineup and tactical analysis. So stick tight with us, guys, as we get into it.
Yeah.
Number one, show up defensive stability and goalkeeping confidence.
Yeah.
Goalkeeping reliability. Onana must be very decisive in dealing with set piece and shots. Compact defensive shape. Track Lyon wingers to prevent overloads in the defense line.
Yeah.
Set piece organization, zonal marking. So what do we mean by all these points? You know, we must be very reliable with Onana. You cannot have goalkeeper at the back and always be scared of, you know, when you see a 1-on-1, 1v1 with the keeper, you are always scared that it might actually lead to goal and the rest. We must be very confident with the keeper, as well as the keeper himself being confident with himself. You understand? So he must also make sure that whenever we're playing set piece, whenever he sees the ball, he should try to punch the ball outside, so that we're not going to see something that happened, the same thing that happened in the first leg happening again for the second leg. Affliction should not rise for the second time. Yes. So compact defense. United must always make sure that they should track the wingers. Make sure say all those our defensive line must always be intact and work as a team. Defend as a team. Don't only look because okay now this player dey for there and then make sure say okay since na him made the error, make it be in error, you no go correct him mistake. E no suppose be like that. Once you don see say your player don make that mistake, try to correct the errors. You understand? So na so e suppose be, no be so. Sure. So also the set piece as well. We have considered a lot of goals this season in this set piece aspect. So United must be very 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 sharp whenever a set piece. Don't make mistakes. Don't make mistakes because in a set piece na free kick and the rest. Look at wetin happen Arsenal versus Madrid. The way Madrid take concede 2 goals free kick. So set piece must be very sharp. We have considered a lot of goals this season due to set piece. Yeah. Even against Arsenal, this same Arsenal wey beat Madrid. You understand? We considered up to 2 goals. So we must be very fast, organize ourselves when it comes to set piece. So what do you think about this first defensive stability and goalkeeping confidence?
For Onana, I feel like the rest against for him not to start or be on the bench against Newcastle was a fresh start.
Yes.
So I'm giving him 90% to go and give me a great performance in this game.
Yes.
You get. So in terms of the defense compact and all that, man, we have the defenders.
Yes.
We don't have to be giving excuses in conceding. They concede useless goals.
Yes.
Goals if you see club like Manchester United should not be conceding. So I don't know, but may God help us. So in terms of the set piece,
yes.
See, since last season, Manchester United which was not there at alert in terms of because how will they conceive. Okay, look at last 2 seasons in that Champions League that Ziyech scored 2 useless free kick
against Onana.
It's not even closer to what Rice scored against Madrid.
Onana needs to step up.
See that free kick aspect.
We must
conceive free kick. It should be something like Rice.
Like Rice free kick. Anyways, let's move on to point number 2. Exploit Lyon pressing gaps with build-up plays. Yeah. See. We must be this number 2 is a critical one, very critical in the aspect that we must exploit central spaces, smart positioning of players, quick transition.
Yeah.
In the first leg, United counter attack were very dangerous but like positions. With Bruno Fernandes vision, it should be very quicker. It should be very quicker, easier for United to make good use of his visions and his understanding of football. So action, that's what Amorim himself need to take.
Yeah.
Instruct midfielders to make sharp vertical passes to bypass Lyon press. Fernandes should alternate between dropping deep to drop markers and stay in high to link with forwards. That is work of midfielders.
Sure.
And he's also a captain himself, so he should understand this better. Know how to link well with your forwards, with your striker attackers in general forwards. Know well how to link with them. Also link with the defenders too as well.
Yeah.
So what do you have to say about this point?
I'm going to this point now, man. I feel like missing of Joshua Zexi is a big blow for us.
Yes.
But anyway, we still have some capable player who can do that link up, because Bruno is there and we need another attacking player that can give me that link up
Yes.
play. But I feel like I will just give it to the likes of Mason Mount and Meno.
Yes.
So there should be at a lot. We need to get this job done, man. No guys, no excuses.
Very decisive.
Because if we miss this match, this is the end of the season.
This is the end of the season because we are going to start afresh.
Man. We are not. See, it just be like say we don't come out for anything for signing European football.
We don't dey local.
We are finished. We are finished. And now see that point we did for Premier League now go now reflect on us.
Oh
because right now I don't feel like we are in 13th position or 14th position because we are still in that Europa.
Even looking at when Amorim took over, at least would I even say we're even in a better position because those players have better understanding of Ten Hag football compared to Amorim, because we're just 3 points close to the top 3 on the table. So what have we now? Now we're just 4 points close to relegation zone. So that's it. It is what it is, of course. So number 3, improve clinical finishing. How God of Nazareth. See, we have suffered in this aspect. We have created a lot of chances. We have seen a lot of chances from Bruno Fernandes and what have you. But then we like strikers. We like finishers. We don't even know how to score goals again. So it's so painful. It's so painful.
It's right for us.
We cannot even talk much. So issue from first leg, United created a lot of chances but were very wasteful. Højlund missed a lot of glaring opportunities. This Højlund in question, this guy, I don't even understand. He's just so wasteful at the front. You give him ball, you don't even know how to not ball. You don't even know how to. You don't have finishing. Though he was leading at first in top goal scorers, but then from nowhere we can't see him again. So target Lyon defensive lapses. Lyon backline led by Marta Nicolas Tafico struggled. United must maximize crosses from Fernandes. Make good use of Fernandes. Fernandes is very good at crossing the ball. Though we have other players like if we're able to make good use of like start players like Casemiro, because that's why he didn't play against Newcastle. So if we're able to make good use of Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes as well as Luke Shaw is also good at moving from defensively moving into attack. So if we can make good use of those players, look at even Luke Shaw. He was able to connect well with Højlund at that last match against Newcastle. So if we can see something like this, of course it's going to be very good. So set piece threat, United must make good use of Casemiro, Euro and Maguire area presence.
Important.
See, very important. See, I put that for my ear because it dare use, it dare why. There's reason why I made this point. See, Maguire is very good at scoring head goal. If you look at earlier this season when we were playing against Porto in the Europa League, thanks to Maguire, we substituted him. You understand? So he was able to make good use of that header. He's very good at area set piece. And then Casemiro too as well. We have seen Casemiro. If Casemiro not score that goal, he go try those bicycle kicks where they always do. You understand? Then Euro too don't show him first leg. He don't score. The what do we have from the assist from? Yes. So the set piece from the corner. Was it corner? So what do you have to say about it? Because our clinic, we are lacking a lot in this clinical.
Man, see, I just want to say that we have everything in Manchester United, but we don't have striker. We don't have striker. We need sharp striker, not upcoming striker. Let me say a young star striker. We don't need those kind of. We need experienced striker. The likes of Harry Kane and others, bro. Because see, man, look, if you go to the Premier League, we have the most chance created. Guy, but we don't have finishers. Sometimes I will just be like, see, I want Bruno everywhere in my team because see. In that team now, let me say, I know we are heading to a possible lineup.
Yes.
But if you ask me, I'll play Ogate and Casemiro in that midfield. And in that 10 row, since this guy can play, Mason Mount and Meno can play, I'll just play Bruno as first line.
Yes.
Since he's the only reliable source.
I wouldn't want us. Let's not talk about the lineup yet because we're going to move to this one as it takes. Sure. So as time goes on. So number 4. Neutralize Lyon key threats. Now this one, see, after making good use to be very decisive and defending, at the end of the day, if you defend, if you are good in the midfield, you are not able to score goals.
Yeah.
You don't get used now. You understand?
Sure.
So we must know how to neutralize Lyon threat. Lyon's strength, Ryan Cherki, fear and late equalizer showed his danger, while Mika Tazi movement at Almada set piece delivery stretched United a lot in that first leg. So man-to-man marking of Cherki drift in and out but can be decisive. See, that guy is very cunning. You don't even know what the guy wants to do. You just feel like he's not really that much of a player, but then when he's with the ball, he knows how to make good use of the ball. You understand? So man-to-man marking of that guy, if possible, those players were good well. Two-man marking. They mark am well, they put am, make sure say e dey inside box, inside circle, say as they defend, they make sure say e dey inside that circle. You understand? So we also get press Almada early. Almada free kick goal came from United failure to close him down. So see, we have considered a lot of goals in all these free kicks and corners and set piece. We have been very poor in setting ourselves to defend against set pieces or free kick, corner, what have you. So we have been very poor in that aspect. But I'm sure if United can make good use of those defenders that are very good in area ball, if we have Casemiro in the midfield, we have Bruno Fernandes, Lenioro and Mazraoui in the back, it should be very, cover Onana well. Should be an easy win for United. So what do you think about it? Because we must actually neutralize their key threats. Players like Cherki.
Exactly, because I don't see much players in Lyon that I can say that they are really threats for us because we have everything to bring them down. Yeah, if you want to get it to bring Ryan Cherki down so that he not even go ghost for that match.
Okay. See, say if you look at it in the last 3 matches, I think against Everton, this guy scored. Ugarte scored. Sure. Against this last match, Newcastle, he was not Newcastle. Against we played the previous match. Okay, sorry. Against this same Lyon itself, we had an assist. That was when the Euro scored the header. Yeah. You understand? So this guy has actually started proving his worth. He's proving his worth that he's a quality player. Of course, players from PSG are
Apart from PSG, looking at before he even went to PSG, it was Chelsea that was supposed to sign him. Ugarte from Sporting, bro.
It is well. Of course, it is well. It is well. So as I said earlier, let's move on to the number 5. Leverage home atmosphere and squad depth. See, there's what we call home advantage. This home advantage at Old Trafford, crowd can lead the team. You understand? So those gingers wey be say players go dey give, fans go dey give players. Now wetin those players really need. You understand? So if you look at it, the home advantage, you must make good use of it. Like when I used to play the street football, I used to have someone by my side, Jerry. Whenever I play with him, I understand his football. And football is all about understanding as well as morale. You must have someone that will keep gingering you. Let's go, let's do it. We can get. Don't look at it. Just like as Madrid, I still having faith that they might actually get something out of Arsenal. Exactly. So that's the same way.
Imagine we that played 2-2.
Yes. So imagine us just playing draw. We just need to, if we are going to score a goal, score 2 goals. Make sure say if you score those goals, we should defend those goals well. You understand? So high tempo, early. Start fast to unsettle Lyon. Make sure say the first match we get 1 or 2 chances. Make sure we convert those chances and what have you. Let's put those goals behind their net. You understand? So substitution for control, not like Newcastle. The match in Newcastle, though I will actually say Amorim was very lax about that match. Yes, he was just being. It just simplify it. Let it be easy. Okay, Newcastle, you can have it. Though we don't have anything again to fight for in the Premier League. Because see that match, as we don't come up for relegation, we don't get anything.
But see that match, we lost. Yeah. It's not like we lost 4-1, but we lost Dexy.
God. Yeah. Now that was a because I look at it. Though, even though we lost Dexy, oh my God, he brings quality to the team.
I understand.
But if we're able to let's just try as much as possible, because let's just fight for this position and go to the semi-final. Why? Because if you look at it, we have Ahmad. Sure. According to the news, the news has it that we just need to get to semi-final. United need to fight and get themselves to semi-final. Once they are in semi-final, Ahmad will come in. And you know what Ahmad has done so far this season? He is very good at quality balls from those defenders. Hey. So
But see, it's really funny that we all now are really depending on Ahmad because Eric Ten Hag never valued this.
Just like Madrid are currently depending on Vinicius.
Guy.
If Vinicius is not in Madrid team, where is Madrid? So you understand it. Yeah. So of course there are players that the team must depend on. Look at PSG. PSG depended on Mbappe. Look at Barca. They depended on who? On Messi. Currently now
the team is playing football.
Playing good football. So I feel like with all this goal drought that we're facing right now, lack of goals and what have you, and considering a lot of goals, we just need time to have little understanding of the playing system of the coach and understand the playing capabilities and playing formations of those players. If those players are able to understand themselves, look at PSG. After Mbappe and Neymar, Messi left,
look at them today.
At their best form. This is their best form. They are more promising because at this stage, if they are able to beat Liverpool, who is there?
Look, see, they say Aston Villa will surprise them. I say yes. They surprise them now. No, they surprise them, collect 3-1.
Anyways, we're not talking about Champions League. We're talking about mainly facing on United. So, lastly, the mental resilience. United must have that mentality of like Madrid mentality.
We want to win.
It's not over until it's over.
I'm telling you.
That is the mentality United must have if they really want to win this match. So that is it for tactical analysis for or points United must take or consider to win this match.
Yeah.
So let's look at the lineup, possible lineup. We have Onana at the goal post because of course we can, after looking at what happened at the first leg, though we just had 1 or 2 mistakes from the keeper. But then Onana was at least if you look at it, Onana, if he's experienced, Onana has a lot of experience compared to Baindi. Yeah. So we should make good use of Onana at this stage. So we have Lyon. He has the height, he knows how to score, header. So that is it. Maguire and then Mazraoui. Mm-hmm. So if we can have those 3 in the behind and the defensive line, it should be very okay for us because this Maguire knows how to move the ball forward at times, as well as Euro. We have been seeing it in the previous last 3 matches. Yes, so they are good. Mazraoui himself knows how to move from defense, move it to attack. Yeah. Though he made mistake against Newcastle. Newcastle are a good team, a better team than Man United. So let's understand that. So coming to the midfield, we should have Luke Shaw, Bruno Fernandes, pairing of Luke Shaw, Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro, and Diego Dalot. Why? Because if you look at all these 4 players in the midfield, we have Luke Shaw. He knows how to collect, he knows how to retract back, and then move it to counter, cross the ball, if possible to Casemiro. We have forwards in the front, so knows how to use all these players, make good pairings with each other. Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro, and Dalot. They know how to pair themselves together. Of course, there's really understanding between Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes this season. So far, if you look at the previous matches, you understand that. Yeah. And then Luke Shaw, if you look at the last match we had against Newcastle, towards the end when Luke Shaw entered, we saw what happened. You understand in that match. So he was able to link up well with Højlund. So if you can see something like that, of course, it's going to be well.
Sure.
So looking at Garnacho and Kobe Menu, those are our 2 attackers currently. At least those 2 players are good in the final third. Because at least if we can have players like Luke Shaw, Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro creating chances for these 2 players, at least if we can see like 10 or 7 chances created and we make good use of 4 chances, it's okay. You understand? So that is it. And then Mason Mount. I wouldn't even like to start Mason Mount Højlund in this match. I know you might actually feel so bad about it, but then that's reality. We must actually face reality. Højlund has not really been good this season, but Mason Mount has showed his quality so far this season. And then this has actually been good for United. That's actually been good for United.